is Axa and welcome to my channel if it's your first time here, and welcome back if it's not. Today I am going to be talking about inflammation and how it's the root cause of so many diseases in our body, and I am going to give you some starting guide on how to reduce inflammation in your body. The earliest when my body started signalling to me that I had chronic inflammation was when I was still in school, and my earliest sign was cystic acne. Anyone that remembers me from my school days will know that I had really bad acne to a point I didn't even want to leave the house. I actually came across some pictures and videos from those days, and I'll try and insert them somewhere, but it was bad. I used to meet people and the first thing that they would always try and do is give me unsolicited advice on how to get rid of my acne. Have you tried this treatment? And I did. I had tried so many different things, but I had no idea how to get rid of it. And at the end of it, I actually ended up going on a drug called Accutane or Roaccutane. So this drug seemingly had loads of side effects. I actually noticed hair loss and severely dry skin, and I truly believe that it may have led to some infertility problems that I'm facing now in life. And that wasn't the cure. So even though it helped with my acne and it suppressed whatever was causing it, it didn't fix my internal problems, because then a few years later I developed severely painful periods that would have me curled up in a ball crying, and just my parents really worried about me. And that was me. That was my earliest signs of chronic inflammation, and I had no idea about it. Some of the other ways that my body was screaming out to me that I had chronic inflammation, aside from my acne and my adenomyosis, was I was tired all the time. I could sleep for 8 hours, 10, 12, 14 and still wake up absolutely exhausted. My eyesight started to go bad. I had a very sluggish gut, so constantly constipated. I was diagnosed with an underactive thyroid. An underactive thyroid is when the thyroid gland in your neck doesn't produce enough hormones, leading to lots of different issues such as fatigue, hair loss, weight gain, memory loss, and infertility. So all of this was my body screaming to me that I had inflammation. I was put on levothyroxine to try and help with my thyroid. I was given medication to reduce any painful periods. I was urged to go onto the pill to try and help me with my painful and heavy periods, but I refused. I knew that wasn't the cure, and I also have it in the back of my head, the moment I start one tablet I'll need to go on to another and another. So that is when I decided to take control of my life. Although I'm still on this journey to reverse my chronic inflammation, I mean, it's years of build up, I have already noticed massive changes from when I've started, which has been about a year now. My skin is looking better. I am no longer crying in pain from painful periods. My energy levels are so much better than they used to be, and I have come a really long way. I've also lost a lot of weight. This was me at my heaviest about 3 years ago, so just really miserable, really big. And after taking control of my health, this was me this year in June. So come a long way, but I've still got a long way to go. And because I've noticed the changes in my own body, I really want to share this information with everyone else and try to reassure you that even if you go to the doctors and they say there's nothing wrong with you, that's everything's fine, there are ways you can take control of your own health. So without further ado, let's get into some of the things that I've done to reverse my inflammation and things that you can start doing as well. Step 1 in lowering inflammation, and the one that I think is the most important, is getting sleep. Getting a good amount and good quality sleep is important because it balances out our stress hormones such as cortisol. Balancing out these stress hormones keeps our immune system calm and stops it from overreacting. Also, during the deep sleep phase of our cycle, our brain can actually clear out toxins that can increase inflammation. So that's why sleep is so important. So to begin by reducing inflammation naturally, aim for between 7 to 9 hours of good quality sleep. So step 2 in lowering inflammation is movement. Moving your body. So regular movement does 3 things for inflammation. Number 1, it signals to your muscles to release anti-inflammatory messengers. It keeps your blood sugar steady and it reduces any stress hormones that keep inflammation high. Movement does not need to look like 5 intense days in the gym a week. Even regular walking on your lunch break at work, if you're at a very busy desk job, just stretching, just doing something that keeps your body moving. I used to think that there was no time to go gym and I used to make excuses all the time. But once I started doing it, I realised how easy it is to actually implement it into our lives. Now, I know gym is not suitable for everyone. So for me, I had to start going gym early morning before work so that when I come back from work, I can get on with the rest of my day. But even when you're cooking, for example, just do a few squats, run up and down the stairs a few times, just stretch whilst you're getting ready for work. Literally anything to keep your body moving. Step 3 to reducing inflammation in our body is easier said than done, but cutting out refined sugar and ultra processed foods. Now, the reason I say it's easier said than done is because ultra processed foods are everywhere. There's been a few times that I've not prepared lunch and I've gone to work and I felt hungry, so I've gone to the local co-op, and literally every single thing in the fridge section, every single thing that were in packets are ultra processed. When you turn the packet around and you read ingredients and you don't recognize some of these ingredients, they've got xanthan gum, they've got preservatives, they've got food coloring, additives. This is all ultra processed and they're in our face, and they're not necessarily packaged to be ultra processed. They're packaged to look healthy, and they're not really. So it's really important to understand what ultra processed actually is and what sort of replacements we can make to help our bodies. Refined sugars and ultra processed foods keep our blood sugars high. They spike our blood sugar, which keeps our insulin levels high, which then triggers inflammatory responses in our body. Step 4 to lowering inflammation is regulating and calming your nervous system. When we are in a constant state of stress, our bodies reduce stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline, and when these hormones are released, it keeps our inflammation high. So just a few minutes of meditation and breath work every day can flip you from a fight or flight mode to a rest and digest mode, and that's what we need. So think of breath work, think about deep breathing, think about journaling, think about a calming hobby. I've recently taken up gardening. I have got a colouring book and sometimes I just sit and colour. So any activities that are really calming, so staying away from doom scrolling on TikTok, for example, anything like that will help you keep your nervous system calm and hence improve inflammation. So this is my starter guide on how to reduce inflammation in the body. It's not everything. There are still so many things that we can do, but I think this is a really good starting point. Follow along for more tips on how to reduce inflammation in your body and take control of your health regardless of what doctors say.